Tonight we're staying in a haunted mansion in the Highlands of Scotland. However, before I can show you the hotel, I've got 5 meetings across Inverness in the northeast of Scotland. But before we go to the meetings, let me show you something pretty cool. So we're around 100 miles south of Inverness, and you may be able to make out these ruins behind me here. These are called Ruthin Barracks, and they played a huge part in Scottish history. They were built by the British in 1721 after the Jacobite Rising. However, in the August of 1745, the Jacobite forces overran the British government and took over the barracks. However, the Jacobites only held the barracks for around a year and a half before they were defeated by the British in the Battle of Culloden. After the Battle of Culloden, over 3,000 Jacobite soldiers retreated here and waited for their next instructions from Bonnie Prince Charles. However, Charles sent a letter, and it reportedly said, "Let every man seek his own safety in the best way he can." So they burnt down the barracks and disappeared through the Highlands. This officially marked the end of the Jacobite cause. Let's speed run through these next few meetings. So unfortunately there was an accident on the main road here, and the police had shut the road down and diverted all the traffic onto a different road. Now unfortunately this is the main road in the Highlands, and as you can see there isn't really any other alternatives. I mean, there is a little road over here, but that doesn't go where you want it to go. So I've called it a day. We're going to head to the hotel and then let's do the hotel room tour. Before we go into the history, let's do a tour of the hotel and the hotel room. Alright, this is what it looks like when you come in the front door. You can see some history on the walls here. The Battle of Gordon's, and then some swords. I think this is Greek, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll need to look into the history of that. And then you've got some Latin on the top. And then here's the bar. It's pretty early to be drinking, so we won't go for one just yet. Alright, so this is the room. Having a look, you can see I've put my suitcase down already, but you can see a nice king size bed, small TV, and a kettle, some chocolate, coffee. I'll tuck into that later. Nice sofa. Window's quite high in this one, but it's no problem. Table, and then 2 doors here. So So this should be the bathroom. It's nice and big. And a rainfall shower, which is excellent. There's me. Nice big sink and a toilet. It's really nicely decorated. And we'll see, this one is just a cupboard, but you do get a robe and some towels, and that's for the swimming pool or leisure centre or whatnot. So we'll fire those on soon, either today or tomorrow, and we'll go for a swim. So this is actually the second mansion to be built here. The first one was destroyed by the Jacobites in 1745 and was originally owned by James Wilson, who signed the Declaration of Independence, if I can say that right. So the supposed ghost that haunts this was a little girl of a previous owner that died in a horse riding accident in these fields here. She was taken to her room where she later passed away. That room is believed to be 406, and we're going to go in and have a sneak look at it, but unfortunately there is someone staying in there, so we can only look at the outside. Supposedly animals don't go into that room, and there has been paranormal activities in there. How much of that I believe, I don't know. But through so I've been told that on the second floor, it's the door on the right. Unfortunately, someone's staying in there tonight, so we can't have a look. But yeah, this is where she supposedly died. Just in here. And so it says Miss Harrison and Master Francis on that door. And if we go a little bit further up, see what these rooms are called. It does get quite tight. The nursery and in the nanny's room. So yeah, there you are. Fortunately, people are staying in the rooms tonight, but maybe we can come back and have a wee look another time. And I'm already out of breath. Next week I'm going to be sailing over around 1 million tons of explosives, but until then, thank you so much for watching. This is my first vlog. It's time for me to head home, which is about 3.5 hours, but until then, I'll see you next time.